Should Americans be allowed to own firearms? One-third of Americans own a firearm, which is about 30%. Most people think the issue is debatable. There are roughly 32,000 gun deaths per year in the United States. Of these, 60% are suicides, 3% are accidental deaths, so that leaves 37% of the gun deaths as homicides.
However, studies indicate that firearms are used over 2 million times a year for personal protection. In fact, just the presence of a firearm without a shot even being fired can prevent many different crimes. Just the presence of a gun can stop the crime and no one is injured. Gun control negatively affects law-abiding Americans who are just trying to practice their natural rights.
Who should be able to own a firearm? According to the Second Amendment of the Bill of Rights, a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. Every American citizen should be able to buy and use a firearm if they know how to operate it properly and have a clean record. However, you shouldn't be able to own a firearm if you are a convicted felon, illegal alien, unlawful user of certain drugs, those committed to mental institutions, those convicted of crimes of domestic violence, and those with felonies.
Some people own firearms for self-defense and security. With all of the mass shootings going on, people just want to feel safe. If you own a gun, you at least have a fighting chance in the event that a burglar or a home invader manages to get in your house.
The idea of people owning guns has been tarnished by the actions of a small amount of radicals committing mass shootings. Between 2009 and 2015, there has been 133 reported mass shootings, and they occurred in 39 different states.
Less than 1% of gun murder victims were killed in an incident with more than 4 people, and only 11% of these incidents, assault weapons were used with an average of 13.3 people shot in each incident. Of these mass shootings, in 44% of them, the shooter committed suicide during or after the crime.
What type of firearms should Americans be allowed to own? Most people only own one semi-automatic gun. However, there is a small percentage of people who own one or more weapons and own fully automatic guns.
The Second Amendment states that American citizens are allowed to own firearms, and it does not state what type you should not own. Therefore, American citizens have every right to own any type of gun they wish.
As an example, if a murderer has an AK-47, you do not want to have a handgun. You would rather have an AK-47 too, so you have a chance. If a criminal wishes to get an assault rifle bad enough, they can get it, but if gun rights are imposed, then a law-abiding citizen will suffer the consequences.
People kill people. Guns don't kill people.